What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Take a look at this. We got some very serious warnings here going on right now. Take a look. Yeah, we'll cover here in this video North Korean missiles capable of striking the US, most likely a result of cooperation with Russia. Yeah. Also, US citizens urged to leave Belarus immediately. I'll let you know why. And if you're new to our channel, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below. Why not? It only takes a second. This way you won't miss out on any new videos here on our YouTube channel. And thanks for liking and sharing these videos. Okay, yeah, North Korean missiles capable of striking the US are most likely a cooperation from Russia sharing technology with North Korea. Take a listen.
A new think tank report provided first to NBC News concludes that the ballistic missile launched by the regime on July 12th was likely the product of technical cooperation with Russia. The new missile is a significant advancement for North Korea and significant escalation in the country's threat capability. NBC News chief foreign affairs correspondent Andrea Mitchell joins us now. Andrea, what do we know about the capabilities of these missiles?
Well, it's a very alarming report, and this is from a new study from Beyond Parallel at CSIS, a think tank here, and Victor Cha, who is a contributor to NBC. And it was first reported by us that this new North Korean missile, tested in July 12th, is nearly identical, Ellison, in appearance and in trajectory data to a Russian missile that can penetrate U.S. missile defenses and carry multiple warheads across the Pacific and to the continental United States, in fact, as far as right here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. So it is a significant advance. It's also being reported as a real trouble spot by South Korean intelligence tonight and confirmed by U.S. officials.
Yeah, I mean, assuming this was, in fact, the product of Russian cooperation, which the evidence you just laid out there is incredibly notable, what would that suggest about the relationship between North Korea and Russia right now?
Well, it's been close for quite a while, but this test shows a lot of new evidence. First of all, Russia's defense minister, Sergei Shoigu, met in Pyongyang with Kim Jong-un just 2 weeks later after the test on July 25th. And this was to further cement their ties, and notably he came on the 70th anniversary of the armistice, so that's the founding of their nation. Then Russia was already helping North Korea with energy and food, which they need desperately. North Korea has been providing Russia with weapons to rearm it for Ukraine. So all of this is troubling. After that, Kim Jong-un came out with a statement of partnership with Vladimir Putin. So it is a much closer connection. And all of this in violation of UN sanctions. And this will all be part of tomorrow's big Camp David summit, the first of its kind, when President Biden is for the first time hosting the leaders of South Korea and Japan to discuss the growing threats in the region, which certainly include North Korea, but of course also what to do about China. So a lot of issues on the table.
Yeah, this also comes here as U.S. citizens urged to leave Belarus immediately here. We've already had multiple warnings of citizens to leave Russia and China. Now we have citizens urged, or even non-citizens, U.S. People to leave Belarus now. Take a look here. Yeah, Biden administration is urging U.S. citizens in Belarus to depart the country immediately and warned against travel there in a statement published on Monday. The updated travel warning comes after bordering countries Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland have stepped up security along the border over concerns about Russia Wagner mercenary forces exiled in the country. The State Department, in its warning, encouraged Americans still in Belarus to depart the country immediately and categorized the country as a level 4 risk, the highest security warning. Belarus's longtime leader, Alexander Lukashenko, known as Europe's last dictator, interesting, has been a key facilitator of Russian President Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine and is under a catalog of U.S. sanctions for human rights abuses and political repression against Belarusian people who challenged his claim to election victory in 2020. The U.S. mission in Belarus is scaled down and only handles emergency American citizen services. Interesting. Lukashenko's welcoming of Wagner forces in a deal with Putin that ended the mercenary group's short-lived rebellion against the Kremlin has raised concern in NATO member countries on its border. Quote, do not travel to Belarus due to Belarusian authorities' continued facilitation of Russia's unprovoked attack on Ukraine, the buildup of Russian military forces in Belarus, the arbitrary enforcement of local laws, the potential of civil unrest, the risk of detention, which we've seen in China and Russia, and the embassy's limited ability to assist U.S. citizens residing in or traveling to Belarus, the State Department wrote in its warning. Last week, Lithuania closed 2 of its 6 border crossings with Belarus. The State Department urged Americans to travel through the remaining open border crossings, warning that Polish, Lithuania, and Latvian governments have stated that further closures of border crossings with Belarus are possible. Poland has only 1 remaining border crossing with Belarus open, while Latvia has 2 remaining. Both Poland and Latvia have increased troops at their border with Belarus. They also accused Lukashenko of weaponizing migrants with Middle Eastern countries by flying them to Belarus and sending them across the border. Yeah, and as you can see here, things are not settling down. If anything, they're growing more and more wild. And you're seeing more and more countries getting involved here and having to almost, getting closer and closer to war type situations. And, right there on the border with Russia and Belarus, Poland on the brink of war right now with Russia and Belarus, and having to move thousands and thousands of troops, NATO troops and Polish troops. Remember that the United States has, check this out here, currently a total of about 10,000 troops of the U.S. Armed Forces are stationed in Poland, primarily as a part of a rotational presence. The U.S. V Corps Forward Command is one of permanent U.S. installations in Poland, increasing the U.S. military presence in Poland. So we have 10,000 United States military troops in Poland right now. Yeah, and Poland is moving thousands of troops to the border to protect in case of a Russian attack, which Russia has been moving thousands of their troops, Russian troops and Wagner Group troops right there near the border to potentially maybe take this Suwalski Gap and highly critical military points there. So yeah, it's a complete disaster in the making if something like this were to happen. And Poland says, well, we got to be ready just in case. We can't leave, our border unprotected. So, yeah, I mean, this is what happened at the beginning of the war with Ukraine. That they moved over 100,000 troops there, and Poland's just got to see the writing on the wall and say, well, we can't not have troops there. We can't just let them come into our country and attack. So we got to be somewhat prepared. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Is this something that is the writing on the wall yet again? Is Russia, Putin, or the Wagner Group getting ready to attack? Or is this just a ploy? Or are they just trying to scare? Or is this... You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with this situation and everything going on here on a daily basis that you need to know about. So if you haven't yet, click the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new news. New videos come out here on our YouTube channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for liking and sharing these videos. It helps our YouTube channel grow and get the word out to other people that need to hear this information. Click here to see a major threat just issued by Russia. Or click here to see the scandal in the Maui fires and why it's very alarming. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.